Alright everybody, welcome to the new page. As you may have seen from the first post, the fishing video, got a crazy idea to go buy a Sea-Doo, change up fishing. I've been fishing for years, we'll always fish on the boat, but thought, you know what, why not do things a little different this time around, to keep it interesting, spice it up. So for those that have always followed me on macaw fishing, I'm actually going to buy a Sea-Doo now, fishing one, and set it up for fishing. So you'll see the name of the page changes to Due Diligence Fishing, and I'm going to start a new YouTube page with it and see what happens from there. I'm not going to start the new Instagram page, we'll just rename it. There'll still be fishing on and off the Sea-Doo, whatever, wherever we go. There's also my other Instagram page for my photography and all my travels and adventures that way, in our travels. That one should benefit from the Sea-Doo as well, and being able to, you know, record different videos or take different pictures from a different angle and go from there. Original plan was to build a fishpro, or to buy the fishpro and put my options on it, build it up. Waited 2 weeks for it and found out that there's actually a back order on them right now, and if I really wanted my fishpro, I'm gonna end up waiting for over a month and a half, in addition to the 2 weeks I already waited for. So decided, you know, one of the things with the fishpro, the only thing that bothered me with the fishpro, not bothered me, but if anyone knows me, they know I like power. So it was the fact that it only came with the 155 engine. So I said, you know what, instead of waiting, losing out a month of our already short summers here, thought I would build out a GTX. Not gonna go for the limited. Anyone that knows me also knows blue is my color, but the difference between the limited and the regular GTX is literally the options I could put on it anyways. So we're gonna build one out, gonna compare the two units, build out the GTX with all the options I want, and try to put as many of the fishpro options. Now this video is a little behind because I originally already recorded this video. I recorded one when I was building out the fishpro, because that was the original intention, but that video never got posted because things change. But it'll help with the creation of this video because I could now understand and know all the different options and differences between the fishpro and the GTX, which should help us in building the GTX right now. And I've already talked to the dealership, and I've already asked them a few questions about options that I don't see listed here, and we'll go through them when we're building it. So yeah, let's get started and build our Sea-Doo. And then after that, you'll see some other videos going up throughout the process of getting it, with the final prices when I actually do purchase it. Put up a video of some of the planned trips we have this summer. One is actually about a month away. It's going to be a week-long trip across Georgian Bay and a bunch of areas there. So we'll go through all of that, and then you can follow me around through both my exploring the different lakes of Ontario and fishing the different lakes of Ontario. Maybe you guys have some comments about the lakes, or tips, or ideas of great other places to see. Just drop a comment and go from there. Obviously I do photography, I don't do video editing, so you're gonna see the quality of these videos slowly go up as I start learning my programs here. Bought a bunch of good ones. Same with the previous posted video of the fishing that was with the new GoPro I bought for the Sea-Doo. Bought the GoPro, figured I needed an accessory, so I'm gonna go buy a Sea-Doo for it and go from there. A lot of videos are going to be put up with Forest Sound Productions, a close buddy of mine. He'll help me with a lot of my editing too, to get me up to that better quality for you guys. And yeah, he also has a page, posts a lot of Sea-Doo videos. He's been doing them for quite a while. If you follow him, you can see some of our previous year's trips, mostly on the Spark and GTI. But yeah, he's also getting a GTX now. Not going to be outfitted like the fishing one like I have, but me and him should have some pretty amazing adventures this year. But enough of the delay. Let's get to it and let's build this Sea-Doo. Alright buddy, let's get this started. Let's start building this machine so we could get the final orders done, everything, and finally get a chance to wait for it to arrive, which is always the worst part of anything. And then from there the adventures begin. Hope you all follow along. Okay, yeah, so you go through these. Sparks is fun to ride on, but it doesn't help for fishing. Here's the fishpro. That's where we're going to try to build our unit out to. The seat here is amazing. Best one out there for fishing for sure, especially compared to the GTX seat. But we have some solutions. We'll go through them, see what happens here. There it is. Nicer color than the limited, so for sure we won't be buying the limited. Build your Sea-Doo. And it's freezing. Why? There you go. Okay. So we don't need the limited. As you can see with the limited, if I click it here, the colors are different. But beyond that, most of the options are the same, except I can't get, obviously, the 300 unless I get the limited. But I really like the color of the GTX better, the non-limited. And I don't need the 300, the 230 is more than enough, which is that 1500 HOAs here. Capacity 3 riders. It has that new SD3 hull, as they say, for predictability and stability. Ergo locks, the amazing new front storage. You don't have to go over the handlebars anymore. IBR, variable trim, and a whole bunch of other features. So let's get over here and start building this thing. We want it with the 1500. We want the sound system. So far, everything here is the same as the fishpro, except with the stronger engine. Brings us to the next page, which is our accessories. Says cover's not available. That's just through the order here. I've already confirmed when you go to the dealership they do have a cover that fits this. It's about 320 bucks Canadian. Obviously sounds steep compared to the Bash Tracker one I just bought for 120 bucks. But when you're spending this kind of money, 300 bucks isn't much in the long run to protect it. Custom accessories, wind deflectors. I am not putting wind deflectors on this thing. Nobody has them. If I need them, I could buy them later, but realistically, I'd put gloves on. Don't need those. So docking. See, I could get a folding anchor here. It's $59.99. Could get one cheaper, but I just feel like keeping it in Sea-Doo. Dock ties, speed ties. See, though, our Spark and our GTI had these built right into the unit, which was really convenient, but doesn't come as an option nowadays. Brings us to the electrical. As much as people tell me I don't need the bilge pump, I'm always putting it in. Echo map. See, this is what starts making it my fishpro now. There it is, attached. This thing's amazing. Problem with this thing is I'm going to get my unit before this Garmin works, because right now you need a Y harness if you have the sound system and the Garmin, and those are on back order everywhere. I've been through eBay, dealerships, everywhere. You're not finding that right now, but it's on order. Eventually it'll come in. By then hopefully the Sea-Doo's broken in and I don't have to worry about that anymore, and go from there. Then we have the secondary battery harness with all those electronics and a few others we'll talk about in a sec. I'm going to add the second battery harness. Can never go wrong. So obviously with the second battery harness, you don't see the second battery listed. It's about $140. And then they wire that in for you when they build it. So we'll add those two. Link accessories. Now, for the fishpro, I had the fuel caddy, the 21-liter bag, and that forces you to add this extra hardware kit, because the 21-liter bag clips on top of the fuel caddy, which is pretty good. And And of course the fishing cooler here, 51-liter cooler, rod holders. You can switch the positions of them. The top is a non-slip mat with a measuring board here. The one challenge I'm gonna have here, I'm gonna add the quick rod attach holders. Spoke to the guy when I order it. He doesn't know how many come with it, and I need 4, but they could always use extras. So if I don't need it, he'll buy it off me. The only problem is right now, as you see, I don't have the back deck, which is the one feature of the fishpro. It's another 12 inches or so, 12, 13 inches, somewhere in around that area. And on that extended platform to fish, you also get a second set of link attachments. So then I could put the cooler and the fuel caddy and the bag. I don't have that right now here, but we'll talk about that a little further because I'm trying to build a fishing Sea-Doo. Brings us down to storage. Dry bag, I'm going to get that elsewhere. Removable storage bin organizer. I don't think I need the removable one, which goes at the front end. That big open space will fill up pretty quick, but I'm going to put it on just in case. However, this $40 storage bin organizer that's closer to you where you're sitting is very convenient for like if you have camera equipment and stuff. So we'll order that. Bringing us down to tech accessories. Says the sound system's not available because it's already picked as an option. We're going to add the USB port. One of the things that is not on here is the 12-volt adapter. But if you talk to them, especially being that I have the extra battery, they could install it for you. Then obviously you have both options. Then you have this CG-X3 camera, which does shoot 4K, but it's not going to be a GoPro. My Hero 7 is with stabilizer. Everything is going to be better. So we'll use that for now. I just don't see the purpose of buying the one off of here. Trailer. We need a trailer for sure. So marine jack and 1500 galvanized. Nope. 1250. Go 1500 black. I like black better than the galvanized. Okay, that's trailer. Brings us down to utilities. See, when I built out the fishpro, this was an option, but the Ski NX package module, but I never thought I would ever tow anybody or do anything like that with the fishpro. So at that point I opted not to get it, but it bothered me. So I'm going to get it on this one. It also, with the X package module, it also gives me a few extra options, like average speeds and RPMs, and I believe it extends the range on my VTS by like 50%, which, not that I need that, but why not, right? Ergolock knee pads, so everything here is black, so I'm gonna go black knee pads. Now, from my understanding, this S3 hull is extremely comfortable. You do not need the knee pads. Save yourself $160, $200 after tax. But with all the tricks I was doing on that Spark, my knees some days would come back and I'd be bleeding on the inside of my knees. So I figured, if nothing else, I'm going to treat myself to these knee pads. Angled footrests. See, these are amazing. And the reason these are amazing is, A, it protects your hull from your feet. It allows you to sit sideways with that extra leverage. And even though this is what comes on the fishpro, I can't stand that fluorescent color of the fishpro ones. This matches my unit a lot better. Makes me a lot happier than what I could have done on the fishpro. Some lettering. Safety kit, because it actually has a spot inside the opening there, the storage opening lid has a spot designed specifically for this one, so I'll put it in. And same with the fire extinguisher, specifically designed slot for that, so we'll add both of those and go from there. Brings us to water sport accessories. Shock to, I'm not towing anybody. So that's basically the unit right here. It's showing the 21-liter kit on the back, but that's because I clicked it first, I believe. If you clicked the cooler first, that would show, and that's what I'm going to put there most of the time. Now, let's talk about a few other things that we couldn't see there as options. We talked about adding the battery and the 12-volt adapter as an option. Here's the beautiful fish finder. Like I said, the Y connector's on back order when that works. When that comes in, it's a quick clip on a harness, and then both of them could work concurrently. And I think when the sonar beeps, you could have it go through the speakers. Not sure about that though. As we talked about in the past, this seat is not necessarily designed for fishing like the fishpro is. But I found the solution. You can't order the fishpro seat as an option, but you sure as shit could say that your fishpro exploded and you need a replacement seat. So that's basically what I've done. I went looking for a replacement seat for it. You'll see that the colors aren't gonna match. Where are we here? Here you go. You see the color does not match at all on this seat, but this is gonna look so much better than having this seat on there, because this seat just is not meant to turn sideways and sit for extended periods of time. So yeah, so that's the seat. You're not going to see me using this seat for the first few videos when I go out, because I'm not putting that color on this seat. It'll drive me crazy. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and have it reupholstered, which people are going to say, you're nuts, it's brand new, why are you reupholstering it? But that's why. When this matches closer to the Sea-Doo, I think it'll look fantastic. It'll also give my Sea-Doo that complete fishpro look. It'll be a one-of-a-kind seat because it's reupholstered to match. So at the end of the day, this is a fishpro, my custom edition, one-of-a-kind. But this seat's amazing. I can't wait to be riding it on this instead of this thing over here. I can see myself sitting sideways. It will squish. I can do it, but you just can't compare this seat to that other one. No, this is not my dusty unit. This is another one they uncrated. So I wanted to talk to them, and they did have a fishpro they were doing maintenance on, so they popped the seats to see if it works. Obviously, if they had a fishpro in the store, I would have bought that. But yeah, here's the seat. I was trying to play around a bit to see how the colors would go. I'd like to match this color, these two, as close as I can. Maybe some blue there. Haven't necessarily decided how that's gonna go yet, but you know, at the end of the day, it's all about the surprise. The other big thing here is we don't have. Hey, look, moving wicked. So I am missing that extended platform that you find on the fishpro. Being that I'm missing that platform, it is one of the two things that keep me from actually being the fishpro right now. Let's see a nice good sideways picture. There you go. So you see that platform slightly extended here. Let's click it. So yeah, you got a slightly extended platform here compared to the other one, and the second set of link attachments. That's what I'm missing on this. It's not much, as you can see. It's not much at all. That just sticks out a little bit. So, again, not an option you can get, and several people have told me it does not work. You cannot put it on this GTX. I have a hard time believing that, being that both units, the fishpro and the GTX, use the ST3 hull. It's 4 bolts. Now, I think people are saying that because of where my boarding ladder is. On the fishpro, it is actually mounted further back here on the some extensions, or right off the extended back platform. So to me, that doesn't mean anything. If there's a will, there's a way. But the one thing I'm not willing to do is lose any more time this year for this extended back platform. So what I'm going to do is wait till the off season, and then when it gets winterized for the off season, I'll have them build out the back platform with the fishpro seat on it at that point. And basically this thing is a fishpro. To all intents and purposes, you can't tell the difference if it wasn't for the color, unless you opened up the gas tank. The fishpro does come with the 70-liter tank, and I only have the 60. I don't think there's a purpose or a reason for me to change mine to the 70, but you knowing me, anything could happen down the road. But for now, I'm not even concerned about that. But yeah, basically, when this thing's ready, it's going to be a fishpro that nobody else is gonna recognize because it's the wrong color. Actually part of a fishpro group in on Facebook, and with this change now, I'm really like that group. I'm hoping I don't get kicked out because this is a custom fishpro, not just a stock one. But come on, the colors are so much better. Also, one of the things here, the fact that I don't have the back platform, this third seat here pops out and gives me a lot more space. So even for the time being without the back platform, if I pop out that third seat when I'm fishing on my own, I have so much space to walk around. It's so stable. There's nothing really to complain about whatsoever. So we put the options here. So it's saying the way I've built this here is $22K. Plus, keep in mind the fishpro seat is $1,000, $1,100. So that takes you basically to $24,000. $150 for the battery, haulage and cartage, whatever. That's never included. That's about another $900. Between that, all the life jackets, all the other options, you're gonna probably be spending somewhere around $26,000 to $28,000 building it this way. Now you can buy the fishpro cheaper as a complete model, but then you don't have your own custom unit, bigger engine. I think the fishpro will come out to literally $2,000 or $3,000 cheaper than doing it this way, but you are paying for the looks and for the engine doing it like this. So there's your summary, plus all the other options, and yeah, away you go. It's gonna be quite exciting. So I've already gone to the dealership. I've already placed my order this way. It is $28,000 at the end of it, which was about $2,000 more than the fishpro, but I think I'll be happy. It's actually been paid for already. The draft got sent over 2 days ago. They confirmed with me yesterday that it'll be ready 5 days from now, 5 p.m. I'll give them a call midweek, see how they're going. Maybe if timing goes a little better, get it a day or so early. There's a run I wanted to do this weekend coming up, but I don't feel like doing it with all those people, not having this unit broken in, make sure everything's okay. So we'll wait on that. But yeah, that's the unit. I'll keep you posted as it comes in. The seat's probably delayed anyways, plus that Y harness. But hoping sometime by the end of the week I'll get it out on Lake Ontario just to put a few hours on it, break it in. Not going to do too much exploring on Lake Ontario right now. The water is really high. The islands are flooded. Inner Harbor's out of limits right now, off limits. But yeah, maybe I'll move it up to Simcoe on the weekend. Not a big fan of that lake, but we'll try it out for a rip. Trying not to do too much fishing on it yet until it's broken in, especially when it comes to trolling and just running the engine at 1 RPM, and want to break it in properly, get some longevity out of it, take care of it. But yeah, so that's what it is. That's the unit. If you like the video, hit subscribe, hit like at the bottom. I look forward to your comments and input, ideas. Follow me along for the trips this year, next year, and the years to come. Also follow my buddy Forest Sound Productions. I'll link his page in the description down below, and we look to see you on the next adventure. Peace.